What's going on, guys? This video, I'm going to show you a few combinations I like throwing when I'm doing stand-up from cross initiating the combination. Now, majority of striking disciplines, the jab, they say it takes you around the world. The lead hand's kind of that setup hand. But as I spar thousands of rounds in the past 10 plus years of my life and teaching all different kinds of people and training with a bunch of different disciplines, a lot of the times that jab timing gets neutralized just because of the level of skill. And a lot of times in between the combinations, I want to hit them with something offbeat. And the body language when I throw the jab usually is a lot easier to read that I'm trying to set something up than just going right into it and throwing the cross. It sounds more simple, and sometimes simple is all you need, right? So let's get into our first combination. It's going to be a 2-3-2. So that's going to be a cross, lead hook, cross again. And the idea of what we're trying to do here, nice and heavy on the cross. We're going to shift the weight from the back hip to the front hip. We're going to stabilize with the hook. I want to make sure my body's nice and straight, focusing on the rotation. As I do that, I'm pulling back my right shoulder, getting this right hand ready so I can throw one more cross down the line. And I want that to be nice and heavy. I don't kind of just want to poke the bag. When I'm utilizing this combination on an opponent, whether they have a high guard or a long guard, essentially what I'm looking for is when I throw that cross to set this off, I can either go around the hand or around the guard, or I can parry it down and throw another cross here. All right, so we do that a little bit in real time. We have 2-3-2. Okay. Right, we want to make sure that cross goes nice and straight, going right down. And again, we're trying to avoid crosses that look like this. We're really trying to throw the cross through the bag and get a nice big twist on the back leg, throwing our shoulder into it. All right, so now what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get the same effect that we have with the lead hook, except this time we're going to throw it from the rear hook. So the combination we're looking at now is going to be the 2-1-4. So we're going to start off with a cross. We're going to realign ourselves with a jab. That's going to allow us to sit down on it, maybe even widen our base. I want to get nice and low, and this can either be to the body or to the head, and we finish with a 4. Okay, so again, we start off with the cross. Maybe we walk them back, sit down on it, and hit them with that thunderous hook. Okay, a little bit of real time here. All right, now, next one, we're going to do a little bit of level changing. So one of my favorite ways to throw the cross as the start of a combination, I like to slip off to the left, and when I throw that cross, I'm actually going to go down towards the body. Okay, so it's not going to be exactly a straight punch going to the midline here. We're going to do almost like a diving punch. So I sink that down with my weight. Then I'm going to come back up, pushing off of my left foot, and I'm going to finish with a lead hook to the top. Okay, a great way to use the same kind of weapons that we looked at earlier, but adding that level change makes it a little bit more sneaky and allows me to reuse this combination without doing the exact same thing. Okay, so we're dipping down, we're coming up top. Again. Okay. And then finally, I know this sounds odd. It probably doesn't warrant a combination for most of you, but the final combination is going to be 2-2. We're going to throw 2 crosses. And this is the biggest thing that a lot of beginner students, even some intermediate students, have to understand. When you translate your bag work or your pad work into sparring, you have to learn how to fight in motion, in movement. Okay? You won't always be able to set yourself up here and square up and then just launch multiple strikes without accommodating the space that you either create or that they try to consume. So if I throw that cross, let's think about that. The cross, whether I'm really sitting down it or not, is much more heavier than my jab most of the time. So when I'm twisting, I'm throwing this cross, hypothetically, I do connect. A lot of the times, that's going to stumble someone backward, maybe half a step, 1 step. So I need to make sure that when I reload my hip, I can almost seek them again and finish them with another cross down the line. Okay, so this is a great way to practice finishing, not just using different angles, but understanding how you can use the same weapon in multiple strands here. So if I start a little bit further from the bag, I'm going to throw the first cross, I'm going to reload, and I'm going to shift my weight in and throw one more cross. Okay? It's a great way to finish combinations if you're doing it on the bag or the pad, and it's a great way to finish your opponent if you guys are sparring or competing. So we start a little bit further here. All right, so when you guys start off with the cross, it's very important to make sure your base is correct. We don't want to stand too tight on the line here. Okay, I want to make sure my legs are at least shoulder width apart. I have good natural bend in my legs. Whether I want to sit down on it or not, it's up to you. But I want to make sure that I can line this cross up and make sure that my twist can be connected with that cross. I don't want to be over here and just start with my hand. Okay? Sit down on it, get nice and easy, and throw the cross. Okay? Lead hand or your opposite hand to the chin, shoulder nice and high, protecting your other side. And from there, we can use that connection or even that occurrence to set up the following strikes, whatever it's going to be. All right, so I know everybody likes to start off with the jab. This is my way of starting off with the cross. If you guys have any good cross combinations you want to share, make sure you guys comment below. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you are new to this channel, we got striking tutorials, we got Filipino martial arts tutorials, and much more. So please hit that subscribe button if you guys want to stay along for the journey, and thank you guys for watching.